Good morning to Voice Academy. It is now December 3rd, which means we only have 11 more days, 11 more sleeps till we're free for break. Yeah, so that's good. For today, another green day on our iPads. iPad expectations is that you do have them out and on your desk, ready to work on. As you come in right now, they should be out, open to the 12:03 bell ringer. Once again, it is Friday the 3rd. We have 2 weeks left. You are in Mr. Storkerson's 8th grade integrated science class. Today, I can describe round 2, Friday the 3rd, Mr. Storkerson's class, 8th grade integrated science. I can describe the progression of solar power's development. The progression of solar power's development. I can describe the progression of solar power's development. We will hit on this in Part 3, our ed puzzle on the future of solar energy for 20 points. The main activity today is going to be a Kahoot, one that reviews most of the gladiator trivia questions that we covered over our last few rounds, and starting with our bell ringer, the video intro that you are currently watching with the bell ringer integrated with those 1 to 3 TikTok videos. You find the one TikTok video that has the answer to it, write it down, submit it in the 12:03 bell ringer. That's what we're looking at today. Fun fact, Phobos and Deimos are the 2 moons of Mars. Phobos and Deimos are the 2 moons of Mars. That's what the 9th grade class is passing on to you as a fun little trivia fact. Now with that said, let's get rolling. Just kidding, expectations. 1, 2, 3, 4. Want to remind you that right now we are being strict about having to call admin in to have you removed from the class if we have not 1, not 2, not 3 warnings, but 4. I'm going to be really strict about this. I need you guys to follow classroom expectations. This is for the good of everybody's learning, to keep things orderly. And this applies especially well today, given that we're going to be playing a Kahoot.
What you know about rolling down in the deep?
What are those expectations, you may ask? Well, they are exactly the same. You see this classroom? We want to keep the desks roughly in this configuration, staying in your assigned seat, and following these 3 main rules. That we are keeping our hands to ourselves. Safe hands means that you are not throwing anything or anyone. Please do not throw your classmates around. You are not touching anyone. You're not hitting anyone. You're not pushing anyone. If you're not touching anyone, then you're not throwing anyone. And if you are trying to be considerate of each other, you're not throwing anything at them. Let's just not throw anything at all, even if nobody's in there. That includes throwing things in the trash can. If you need to throw something away, please just keep it on your desk until the end of class, or raise your hand and I will come to you so that way you can get up and throw it away. That gets us to number 2. Raise your hand to contribute to the class conversation. Raise your hand to get up. That goes back to number 1, that you are going to be seated the entire time. If you want to change this, you have to ask. If you want to change your seated position, you have to ask to get up, and you do that by raising your hand. I do not want to hear from anyone who has not raised their hand. If it's important enough for me to stop class in here, then it should be important enough for you to raise your hand. Bell ringer question is, how many calf raises, specifically single leg calf raises? Ideally, how many single leg calf raises should you be able to do in order to avoid the likelihood of a lower leg injury? If you would like to avoid injuring your legs, how many single leg calf raises should you condition your body to be able to do?
Hey, I'm from the word department. We need a word for people that struggle reading and writing words. Dyslexia. What? Dyslexia. How do you spell that? Dyslexia. That seems needlessly unfair, but okay. We also need a word for the speech defect which affects the letter S. Lisp. Okay, why name the condition something they can't say? Finally, we need a word for a fear of long words. What? Hippopotamonstros's Cryptaliophobia. Why? Because chaos reigns.
If you're an avid runner, you should be able to do 25 to 30 consecutive single-leg calf raises without losing your balance or fatiguing to the point where you can't continue. The further away you are from 25 to 30 reps, the closer you are to a lower leg or foot or ankle injury. Increasing your ability to do 20 reps to 30 reps decreases your risk of injury by 20%. I ended up with exactly 25. How many can you do?
Bell ringer question is, how many calf raises, specifically single leg calf raises? Ideally, how many single leg calf raises should you be able to do in order to avoid the likelihood of a lower leg injury? If you would like to avoid injuring your legs, how many single leg calf raises should you condition your body to be able to do?
If you're an avid runner, you should be able to do 25 to 30 consecutive single-leg calf raises without losing your balance or fatiguing to the point where you can't continue. The further away you are from 25 to 30 reps, the closer you are to a lower leg or foot or ankle injury. Increasing your ability to do 20 reps to 30 reps decreases your risk of injury by 20%. I ended up with exactly 25. How many can you do?